we are back. It's been a minute, almost a month since we've seen you guys. What's going on? Welcome to the Third and 10 podcast. I'm Nate. To my right is my amazing co-host, Brian Germinaro. Brian, it's been a while, my guy, but how you doing, man? I hope you're enjoying your summer.
I am. I'm enjoying it. Trying to see if McDonald's will lend more mascots to other New York sports teams because Grimace is working great for the Mets. So let's try, Ronald McDonald with the Giants. We'll get the Hamburglar to the Jets. Let's just test this theory. Let's see what black magic McDonald's has. Last year Grimace is killing people. This year he's helping the Mets win baseball games.
If Grimace can do it, so can the others. Which, by the way, the Grimace shake isn't that bad, right? Have you had that before?
I never had it.
You never had it?
No, it was only limited. I wanted to get it because I saw everyone doing like the TikTok videos, and I'm like, oh, drinking it, and all of a sudden, like, they were dead. It's pretty funny.
I've had that before. That was good. I had the Shamrock Shake, the green
Shamrock
one.
Shake's great. I love
that
Shamrock
one's a
Shake.
good one. Some people say it's bad though.
It's if you like mint. It's mint chocolate. If you like mint chocolate, you'll like it.
Yeah, in terms of ice cream, I know it's unrelated to shakes, but similar. Mint chocolate's my number one. I like mint chocolate. Can't go wrong with vanilla. What else is a good one? Strawberry. Yeah, we like strawberry.
All right. I always go for cookie dough because I'm a child.
Oh, got it. Cookies and cream, basically.
Yeah, but instead of cookies and cream, it's big chunks of cookie dough.
I gotta try that one.
Yeah, it's good.
All right, bet. I'll put that to my grocery list.
Yes.
It's been a minute. This is episode 14. We recorded episode 13 of this podcast almost a month ago. Since then, we've had a few things going on. We were actually on a podcast, or guest on a podcast, I think a few weeks ago, with the radio show from Atlanta, Georgia. Those two guys were outstanding. If you haven't already, check out our social media page for that episode. If not, I'll link it in the description below. But so the plan is, before we dive into everything Giants related, this will likely be the last episode until July, the first week of July, as I'm in the process of finding a new living situation. And also it kind of gives us time to marinate and look at the Giants training camp situation, as that starts in a few days as well, with both rookies and veterans getting set to do their thing. So we hope you enjoy this one. Bear with us until July. We'll have a lot more things going on for you in July. And then once the season starts in August and September, it's going to be a lot more fun because this will be our first full season, right, Brian? Covering the Giants entirely.
First full season. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Because last year you joined me. It was the Raiders game. The
Washington game.
There you go. Which was a win.
It was a win. Yep.
Ugly win, but a win is a win. So might as well get into it. Speaking of which, we will have new sponsors in July. SeatGeek will be back with us, but we have a couple new ones joining us for this new season of the Third and 10 podcast. So anyways, without further ado, let's get started. First down, presented by SeatGeek. Use the promo code BellyUpSports for $20 off your first purchase at SeatGeek. Go concerts, sporting events, comedy shows, all that fun stuff. SeatGeek has the best priced tickets for you. So shout out to SeatGeek for sponsoring our first segment, also known as First Down. All right, so what happened? Yay! No, well, not really. Because
it's over. It's over.
Yeah, it's over.
It's over.
Yeah.
No more talking about it.
Exactly.
Never talk about it again.
After
God.
Today, done. It's dead. It is sad though how it and the reason behind his explanation. But if you guys don't know, Darren Waller, they tied in for the New York Giants at 31 years old, has retired from the National Football League, and we saw this coming. I mean, this is nothing new. It was just a matter of why he did it and when he would do it. The Giants were smart about it. They let him do his thing, but inside they knew that if they waited after June 1st, they would save a lot more money in terms of releasing him or having him retire after June 1st. And it seems like both sides are pretty content with waiting until after the June 1st deadline June 1st deadline, I should say. And it happened. So, Brian, thoughts? What do we think about this Waller thing? I mean, I'm sure you saw his video about
Yeah.
how he talked about his reasons and how he almost died after the.
Yeah, I mean that's the biggest thing for me. Like as soon as he said that I was sitting on my couch thinking I was going to die, I'm like, you never touch a football field again. Go deal with your whatever physical ailments. Deal with that first. Health comes first above everything. You're a great football player. What you did in Vegas, but don't push yourself to do something tragic.
Mhm. Yeah, because he got hurt in the Jets game, and then he had to stay back when the team was going to Las Vegas, and he had that incident where he just couldn't breathe, and he just wasn't himself. He had a fever and everything. He broke the fever, but then the whole struggling to breathe his situation came up, and he was by himself. There was no one around him at his house, so he had to call 911. Went to the hospital, and he talked about how this was his fourth time almost dying, and God is good, and he was saved again. But it was to the point where he realized, like, okay, this he has to appreciate life more.
Mm-hmm.
And from a football standpoint, he talked about how he wasn't really invested in it, more in terms of his heart wasn't in it like it used to be. Of course, you can hear, the jokes are like, oh, yeah, well, that's what happens when you play with Daniel Jones. All jokes aside,
doesn't help.
Yeah, it doesn't help, but
I'm sure if he was winning Super Bowls, there would be a little bit more investment. But still, there's other stuff going on. He lost the love. It became a job for him.
Mm-hmm.
I always go back to what Derek Jeter said when he retired. He goes, "I told myself I would play until it felt like I was going to a job every day.
Mm-hmm.
Starting to feel like a job. I'm done." And that's what it is for Waller. Waller fell out of love with football, and it happens to all athletes. The grind of professional athletes, it's not easy. It's not easy. Like you're playing every Sunday. You only play once a week. Yeah, but there's the training camp going on now, off-season conditioning, practice during the week, learning playbooks, going through it all. And then on top of it, he's in New York, a major media market. If he makes one little mistake, he is the topic of WFAN for a whole week. So there's that mental pressure there. So yeah, through that slog, yeah, you could definitely fall out of love the game.
And obviously he was dealing with the whole divorce situation with his former wife Kelsey Plum. Obviously that hurt a lot to see, because as we talked about before, Kelsey Plum does play for the Las Vegas Aces of the WNBA. Waller moved from Vegas with the Raiders to the Giants once he got traded. Common sense says that this was expected in terms of the struggles they would have relationship-wise. We don't know the full details. He didn't even mention as much in the video as much.
No.
So
kind of acts just like her, though.
Yeah. I mean, she seemed to be doing just fine. But at the same time, I'm sure he was struggling to deal with that too. So just combine everything together. His retirement wasn't surprising whatsoever. We wish him nothing but the best. I know for sure I made jokes about it, and that if he was the one who cheated, then blah blah blah, this and that. But at the same time, after seeing the video, that just kind of shows a lesson to us, and myself, especially that, hey, we don't know the full details about something. Let's wait until that happens before we assume anything else, because I can't be assuming, oh, you cheated on her, you can't be sad and all that stuff, when in reality that may not have been the situation whatsoever in terms of why he was debating on coming back. It's really because of what happened last season with the whole hospital visit and mental stuff and stuff like that. So my apologies to Mr. Waller for any offense that I may have given, and obviously I have to do much better with that in terms of explaining situations and stuff like that. So by the end of the day, I wish Waller nothing but the best. Seriously.
Yeah.
Even though I had to make one joke, his music is kind of shaky. I mean, the song isn't that bad. That take your time to heal. It's not that bad, right? I mean, the auto tune, yeah.
I can't give a comment on it. I was 3 beers and a shot deep when I listened to it for the first time.
Oh, you gotta listen to it sober, man.
I do. But it was me and my buddy were listening to it in a hotel room, watching watch of all things.
Oh God.
Crying, laughing at this thing.
The video is a bit much.
It was a lot.
Oh
And
my
then
God.
my buddy we're texting with my other buddy. He goes, "Yo, imagine Brian Dable watching this video right now," and then we just lost it.
Dave was probably like,
What do you think, Dable? Hang on, what do you think John Mara, Joe Shane, and Brian Dable's reaction were to that video? I would have loved to be in the room with when they went to John Mara. Like, hey, Darren Waller just dropped a music video.
Do you feel like the players were somewhat embarrassed when they watched it themselves?
Maybe like a little bit, but like, oh no, that's cool. Like Waller's our guy. Like we gotta, stand up for him.
Yeah, on the inside, they're like, come on, dude.
Waller, like, like I'm that guy. Like I'll support my friends no matter what. But on the inside, I'm like, I might be judging a little bit, right?
Especially when at the end of the video where he got stabbed.
Yeah.
I'm like, you kind of stabbed us in the back.
I'm like, well, that came out of left field.
Oh, look, credit to him, man. I mean, the song was, to me, it was fine. It was on repeat for like a day or so. For me, it was solid for me. I give it like a 7 out of 10. It's just the fact that like
the music video.
Yeah, the video kind of like decreased my grade on it. So, but hey, look, that's what he wants to do. That's what makes him happy. Go for it, dude.
Exactly. Do what makes you happy. Don't listen to two guys making fun of you for it. Just if it makes you happy, do it.
Yeah, two guys plus the millions of people who, well, disagree with his music. But anyways, from a football standpoint, this hurts a little bit because the Giants are now without a clear tight end number one. Daniel Bellinger will likely take over as that role like he did in 2022. Phenomenally, by the way, of course. Not as great as like a Travis Kelce or Mark Andrews type, but he was solid as a tight end number one for the Giants in 2022.
He was having a really good season before he got poked in the eye. Like, it derailed everything. And that was brutal.
Damn, I forgot about that. He couldn't see.
No, he couldn't see. His eye was swollen. And that's, of course, just like bad luck. Like, what are the chances a finger goes through a face mask so perfectly it gets you in the eye? Like, the face mask was supposed to stop it.
Honestly, I don't care if I play in a sunny state or rainy, whatever. I'm putting a fucking visor. I'm sorry. I'm not taking any chances. I don't care. Like I said, if it may be sunny, it could be snowing. I don't care. I'm putting a visor on because ain't no way someone gonna poke me in the eye.
You ever seen the video of the guy getting hit by the flag in the eye?
He got hit in the flag in the eye?
So it was. I forgot when it was, but it was a Cleveland Browns player, and the ref threw the flag, but he threw it somehow so perfectly it got through his face mask, him in the eye, almost blinded him.
Yeah,
it's brutal.
No, thank you.
Nope.
Anyway, yeah, but so in terms of the tight end room, it consists of Daniel Bellinger, Theo Johnson, Chris Manhertz, Jack Stoll are the four guys. Oh, Lawrence Cager, that's 5. So that's 5 tight ends for the Giants currently. So I guess my question is, do we feel confident in that, or what are we thinking?
I mean, I feel really confident with Bellinger and Thompson, if we're being honest. What's the name of the tight end we drafted again?
Theo Johnson.
Theo Johnson, yeah. I feel confident with those two. Bellinger, I liked as a tight end 1, and I think Johnson could be the steal of the draft. So I feel really confident with those guys. And then with the receiving room being supposed to be better this year, you don't really need to rely on your tight end so much.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because Malik Neighbors obviously Malik Neighbors kind of replaces Waller as that main target.
Exactly.
So I understand what you're saying there. So yeah, I mean, it's fine. I'm okay with the tight end room as it is. I don't see the need to go get someone else.
No.
So
maybe if you want to bring in like a veteran just as like depth and like maybe as more of like a run blocker, he comes in on certain downs, stuff like that. Maybe I can see that, but I don't really think that's a pressing need right now.
Yeah. So yeah, I would just roll with what we have, and if we decide to bring someone in, great. But if not, just leave things as it is, and we'll just go from there. But yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, Waller was great. Well, not great, but he was he did the best he could with this. He only had 1 touchdown last year, so but it's all good. Shout out to him. Whatever he does next, and we'll just roll with the punches and whatever we have with us right now in terms of the tight ends, we'll take it and we'll go from there. So, all right, next segment here is known as Second Down. No segment for no sponsor for this one, but like I said, new sponsors in July. Once that happens, I want to go from offense to defense now. And not too long ago, I would say like a week or two ago, was when the Giants signed the cornerback. We thought Cor'Dale Flott was going to be, the cornerback number 2, opposite of Deonte Banks, and I was just like, okay, we talked about it in that last episode. We were fine with it, but we signed a veteran, Tre Herndon, from the Jacksonville Jaguars. It's a 1-year deal. He worked out with the Giants, and they were impressed enough to be like, okay, let's bring him in and sign to the active roster. And here he is. He's back. Well, not back, but he is now an official Giant, I should say, back with the Giants. Oh, Lordy, y'all can tell I'm a bit rusty. But hey, Herndon comes in, has plenty of experience. He played a lot in the slot. I think a year before he played on the outside more, but last season especially, he played in the slot. Your thoughts on the Herndon signing? Simple as that.
Yeah, I like it. I think he's going to be like kind of a gadget guy, like a guy to come in here, bring that veteran presence, because it's a very young cornerback room. You got Banks, who's a second-year guy, Flott, who's pretty young still, Phillips, who's a rookie. He's going to kind of come in and just kind of be like a safe net. Like, I think the Giants still going to try to run out those rookies and stuff and be like, have it's just me now. Have Banks as cornerback 1, Phillips in the slot, and Flott on the at 2. But if one of those guys struggles, they don't have to, rely on some unexperienced guy. They can just throw Henderson in there, who is a veteran and can mentor these young guys. Like, okay, this is what you're doing. This is what we want to change. It's almost like having an extra coach out there.
And it's like it helps. Like we talked about before. Like, this is a young group of corners, and it helps that you get to bring in a veteran guy, like a Tre Herndon, because Herndon has experience. He's played 5-6 years, and I forgot, but the point is he can play on the outside. It's just a matter of if he will, because New York has already said, okay, Cor'Dale, we're going to promote you from the slot to the outside. There hasn't been any news saying that they're, going back on that decision.
I think it's a preseason thing, a camp preseason thing. Like, if he struggles in the preseason, I could see Henderson getting, cornerback 2 time. Or if Phillips struggles, they might give Henderson, back his slot position until they feel more comfortable putting them out there.
And that's the thing, because we forget, I would say, I'm speaking for myself, we forget that we did draft a corner in Andrew Phillips from Kentucky, and he mainly plays the slot. There's the chances of him playing on the outside are kind of low.
Yeah.
So you have Banks, you have Herndon, you have Flott, and you have Phillips, and you have Nick McLeod. Those are 5 corners that it's like, we know Banks is going to be on that side. It's just a matter of who's going to be on the other side.
Yeah.
Is it going to be Herndon? Is it going to be Flott? Will it be McLeod? In the beginning, when the offseason kind of started, personally, I thought McLeod was going to be on the outside, even though it was early to tell.
Right, yeah.
But at the same time, they did just sign Herndon. So, not a bad signing, I think, in my opinion. It was only a 1-year deal anyways. I think he's 28 years old. Yeah, 28 years old, 5'11", 190. He had a solid season last year, 9 pass deflections. He played in 16 games, started in 4 of them. Like I said, mainly a slot corner. His best season was actually in 2019, so kind of a while ago. He had 3 interceptions that year and 13 pass deflections for the Jacksonville Jaguars. So the 28-year-old hopefully can make a difference for us. We'll have to see. But if he had to grade the signing, I'd give it a B+.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking. B+, A- if he becomes a veteran leader in that defense, in that secondary, which desperately needs one right now. Like, I know Jalen Mills is kind of going to be that guy, but they need somebody else there.
Oh, I thought Mills was a safety.
Mills is a safety, but I'm thinking like as a secondary entirely. They need some more leadership there, not just Mills.
Because it's so young. Even at safety,
Exactly.
It's like Tyler Nubin, right? He's a rookie.
Yeah.
Chasing Pinnock. No, Pinnock is young himself. So, so yeah, you're 100% right. It's the more veteran presence, the better, especially on the defensive side of the ball.
Yeah.
And like you just mentioned, even more specifically, the secondary. So good signing by the Giants there to get Herndon. We'll see how he performs in the preseason. And honestly, that'll be one position to watch in training camp and also the preseason. So, but if he had to predict right now, would you say Flott or Herndon on the outside?
I would say Herndon's going to be on the outside week 1.
Okay.
Maybe as the season goes along and like the Giants kind of fall out of it, maybe they'll throw Flott in there more, but I think Herndon's going to earn the job.
Fair enough. I'll go Flott. I think, they express a lot of confidence in him already as it is. Even though they signed Herndon, they don't want to be like, okay, well, because we got Herndon now, all right, Flott, you're done. I have confidence in the young corner. I mean, it's going to be his 3rd year. Obviously, he hasn't played a lot on the outside as much, but I believe in him. I do. And Herndon played a lot in the slot last year, like I just said. So, you put him in the slot and Flott on the outside. I think he can. To be honest, I think Cor'Dale could handle his own compared to what Trey Hawkins did last season. I don't know what we were thinking. A 6th, 7th rounder. Week 1 as to start on the boundary. That was
they liked how athletic he was. They're like, yeah, this is a really good athlete. Maybe you can just kind of translate. Drafting the athletes don't always work. You know who else had a really good athletic ability at corner? That's why they try and draft him over Laramie Tunsil.
Remember when Tunsil fell? He fell all the way because of that whole picture.
That's my favorite picture of all time. Him in the gas mask. I'm like, I swear to God, if Giants draft Tunsil, I will buy the gas mask.
And look at Tunsil now, one of the solid offensive linemen.
He's a franchise offensive tackle. You know who could have used that instead of an athletic corner with head problems?
Us. He could play the right side, right?
Could have.
I'm gonna say.
I mean, Thomas plays the right side too. Thomas played left and right at Georgia.
Also, it would have worked out. It would have worked out either way. We could have got Tunsil and Andrew Thomas.
There's also a possibility that with Tunsil, the Giants are more comfortable waiting another year, and in 2020 they draft Herbert instead of Thomas because quarterback is no longer a need. It's like, all right, well, we can't, desperate for a quarterback this year. The line's pretty set already. Let's, draft the pass rusher and go get the quarterback next year. Let's do what the Giants are doing right now, which is build a roster and then get the quarterback.
I wish we got Justin Herbert. Would have been nice.
That was the guy, apparently. That was the rumor.
The Oregon man himself.
Yeah. Well, Herbert was supposed to come out with Daniel Jones. It's supposed to be Murray, Herbert, Jones, and Locke were the big 4. And then Herbert went back for his senior year at Oregon. Well, apparently Gettleman loved Herbert.
Herbert should have just declared. We would have taken him. I mean, he got drafted 6th by the Chargers? 6 overall? I
think 5.
Quick fact check. Yes,
it was
6th. No, 6th. Yep.
All right. Who was 5 that year then? We
were 4. See, 6th. Oh, 5th was Tua. Ah.
Oh, wow. The Dolphins took Tua. Okay. All right. I thought that was flipped.
I know, me too. I think about it because I thought the Chargers had a higher pick than Miami, but it is what it is.
Yep.
We could have gotten him. I'm just saying, if Herbert declared a year earlier, we would have taken him over Daniel Jones. But I digress. We're happy with our Duke man.
Sure.
Just for this season. Did we talk about Hard Knocks with the Giants being on it?
Yeah,
I think we did.
Yep.
Okay. Did you hear about it? Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
North
Yeah.
Yeah,
Thoughts on
that's actually interesting. NFC North is probably one of the best divisions in football, has been for years, and it's going to be interesting seeing all the different teams, because like the worst team in that division is the Steelers, and they could still go 500 this year.
I think all the teams in the AFC North, yeah, they could all go over 500.
What team would surprise you if they made the playoffs in that division? None. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if any of those. I think they could have all three.
100%. I mean, the most likely to miss it would probably be Pittsburgh.
Yeah, I think
Cleveland's
they're
always
the ones with the less, because like Lamar's not missing the playoffs. If Burrow's healthy, he's not missing the playoffs. It's a fight between the Browns and the Steelers.
There you go.
Mm-hmm.
I think so for the Hard Knocks for the AFC North, so they will cover them within the final 6 weeks, and whoever makes the playoffs, they'll go further into that from there. So that's going to be fun. And the team that they're going to choose for the actual Hard Knocks, the one that is usually done every year, is the Chicago Bears, and that was a great choice, I think.
Yes.
Caleb Williams, great receivers, solid offense as a whole. Defensively, they're underrated actually. Mm-hmm. And a head coach. I'm interested to see about Eberflus. I don't know much about him, but he hasn't had much success. But I do want to see what his how
Hard Knocks is hard sometimes because they can paint coaches as better than they really are. Like I remember watching when the Browns were on it, and I'm like, okay, Hugh Jackson actually is a decent coach. He just has very bad rosters. And then I watched 3 games, like, oh wait, no, he's just a bad coach. Hard Knocks just painted him with a really good brush.
Well, I mean, this. I think that this season's definitely one for the hot, in terms of a hot seat situation for Eberflus. I mean, Caleb Williams, he has his quarterback now. He has great receivers that he gets to work with. Now, it will hurt Williams's growth in a way if Eberflus is fired, because we've seen what happens with quarterbacks and coaches getting fired. So hopefully, I do hope that this kid stays with Chicago. But
but it also could help him because Eberflus is a defensive guy, and if you bring in an offensive whiz, he could figure out Caleb Williams if he struggles this season.
I think next year, if everything goes to plan in terms of Eberflus getting fired, I would go for Kingsbury from Washington.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Because they work together at USC, if I'm not mistaken, right? Or Oklahoma? Was it Oklahoma?
I don't know if Kingsbury ever, but I think Kingsbury will run an offense system that Caleb will do well in.
There you go.
Or you could try getting Lincoln Riley from USC.
That was the name. I was like, Kingsbury, and there's the other guy that coached him at USC. Now it was Lincoln Riley. Yeah, they would have to pay him a boatload.
Yeah, but Riley's always been rumored for the NFL. He's always been rumored for the Cowboys job. The timing was never right. That's why I think they hung on for Jason Garrett for so long, because Riley was like, all right, I'm going to go to the NFL. I think Jones would have backed the bricks drop off for him. It's really easy to move on from Jason Garrett.
Oh, yeah, we experienced that situation. Ugh, the dark days.
Oh, yeah.
Man, I was excited for that one, too, when we got Garrett, but I was like, nah, never mind.
Oh, I knew this was a disaster waiting to happen.
A former Cowboys coach joined the Giants. What could go wrong? Well, we saw
in spectacular fashion. We saw what can go wrong.
The Cowboys running game this year is going to be a mess. Zeke, 5'5" Deuce Vaughn. I think I'm taller than Deuce Vaughn, actually. I think I'm 5'6". Got an inch on him. Who else is there? Royce Freeman. Yeah, what are we doing? Dallas, you had Tony Pollard last year, and you go, Rico Dowdle. I'm sorry, I forgot about Rico Dowdle. Oh, we're shaking in our boots thinking about Elliott, Dowdle, and Vaughn.
It's something like we've never seen before. Every running back was going to a different team in this offseason. You couldn't pay one of them. One of them wanted to come to Dallas.
You couldn't draft one?
Yeah, exactly. I find that hard to believe.
Especially one that play college football in the same state.
Yeah, wasn't there a really good running back who was, I don't know, the top running back in the class and play at Texas? Yeah, I think he would have fit the Cowboys pretty well.
Instead, he goes to the Carolina Panthers, which is actually a great segment to our third segment, which is third down. And so basically, the reason why it's a great segue, I should say, not segment, segue towards this our final segment is because Jonathan Brooks. That I like how NFL teams are like releasing behind the scenes footage and like calling it their own show. The Giants obviously they had the what was it called?
Giants Life?
Giants Life. So yeah, the Giants had Giants Life. Obviously, they don't have it this year because they're going to be on Hard Knocks. So.
HBO's running it.
Yeah, so thanks HBO for doing the work for us. That's coming out, I think, in a few weeks. So
perfect.
We gotta get HBO Max.
I just bought it for House of Dragons. I already bought it for House of Dragons season 2. I'll just keep it for Giants Hard Knocks.
Is it a good show, House of Dragons?
Great show.
All right, fine. I'll check it. I gotta check that one out. And what was the Star Wars? Because when May 4th, I didn't. I have Disney Plus. I literally have it. I just gotta use it. Man,
right there.
But yeah, so the reason why, the Giants have Giants Life. Teams like the Panthers have it, and Panthers. I want to bring them up because there was a video released yesterday. Of course, the full episode can be found on their YouTube page, but there was a snippet from their specific episode that talked about Jonathan Brooks and the reason why they traded up. The Giants were actually a threat. Here it is for you.
Brooks was another guy that we had conviction on, the scouts, the coaches, and we didn't want to lose out on him. We felt like there was always the chance that somebody could trade over us to get him. And I knew that other teams thought that he was the best back in the draft too.
So we said, all right, if we're going to trade Dak to 52, we're going to have to plan to trade up to get one of the players who we want. And luckily it was Jonathan.
I think we should do our 2-5s and go get him. Because the Giants had Brooks in for a 30 visit. Yep. I think we should do
142 and 155. Okay, great. We'll call it in here.
Interesting.
Look, I didn't know we were that much of a threat, but I guess. I mean, look, but shout out to the Panthers though. They were smart to I think just the ability for us fans to get an in-depth look at how GMs think. I think that's why I'm so excited for the Giants to be on Hard Knocks, the off-season version, because we get to see what they're thinking and say, okay, that's why they did this and that. But the point is, Carolina, I mean, for them to draft Brooks was definitely a great idea. But imagine if Brooks was there for us. I mean, we wouldn't be sitting here talking about Giants running backs. No. If we got Brooks, because
it'd be Singletary and Brooks. It'd be like, all right, Singletary's the guy, but Brooks is going to be RB1 by the end of the season.
Yeah, we wouldn't have to deal with the whole, running back by committee. You would have like a 1-2 punch that would be Singletary and Brooks. So, but at the end of the day, we like the video talked about the Giants had him in for a top 30 visit. I would have been happy with him. With the Giants, but at the end of the day, he does join a pretty solid team in Carolina. So shout out to Brooks and there. I honestly wouldn't have mind him on the team, but it is what it is. And New York has their current running back situation, which is getting kind of crowded because you have Singletary, you drafted Tyrone Tracy Jr. from Purdue, you have second-year guy Eric Gray. Gary Brightwell, not much of a threat, but we have to consider him considering he is still on the roster. You have Dante Turbo Miller, whose story is weird but fun looking at it, how he joined the Giants. And then you got another running back literally this past week.
A couple days ago.
Yeah, a couple of days ago. Jacob Sailors from the St. Louis Battlehawks of the UFL, which that league was kind of a disappointment. Right?
I didn't watch a single second of it.
I didn't watch it either. I just saw highlights on Twitter and I saw.
Wow, I didn't even go that far. I think the only highlight I watched was Brady in the booth. I think it was the only thing I saw because I wanted to see what Brady was like. Yeah,
thanks Elon Musk for putting that on my timeline. highlights of the UFL, a league that none of us even care about. The score was like 25-0 was the final score of the championship game. I think it was what's that horse? The Stallions, I think.
Stallions? Yes, that
I
sounds
don't
right.
know, man.
That sounds right.
I
took the New Jersey Generals out. The New Jersey Generals are hilarious. Herschel Walker's old team.
Oh yeah. Birmingham Stallions. No, was it? Yeah, Birmingham Stallions beat the San Antonio Brahmas 25-0. Yay. No one. I mean, their in terms of their TV numbers, it was good, but in terms of interest from our perspective, we didn't really care. But anyways, the Giants signed Jacob Sailors. He was a running back for the St. Louis Battlehawks. He was great for the St. Louis team. He led the league was second in the league in rushing. He was tied for second in the league in rushing touchdowns. He was productive. From what I read about and learned, the Battlehawks were more of a pass-happy team, which is why his receiving numbers were pretty decent as well. But the reason why I want to talk about it is because I know we're trying to replace Saquon Barkley. I understand that, but it is getting a bit too crowded. That's 6 running backs.
Yeah, but the Giants are going to go the season with 6 running backs. So there's going to be some major cuts. Like, Singletary is 1, and then outside of that, I think 2 through 4 wide open. Any one of those guys can take that spot. You probably have favorites like, Tracy Thompson Jr. He's going to be on the team. I'd be shocked if Eric Gray got cut. That's 3, and then that 4th spot is wide open. Is it, is it Turbo? Is it, the Battlehawks guy? Is it Brightwell? Like, we'll have to see. But I do like what the Giants are doing here is they're giving themselves options. They're giving themselves a wide range of guys, and then they're going to pick which one matches their offense the best, which I think is a perfect way to go about replacing a bell cow back like Saquon Barkley.
I was reading an article today, and it mentioned Matt Breida possibly being someone to bring back. I mean, he's still out there, and he was fine for us.
Yeah.
Would you consider bringing him? If you bring him, you're making cuts.
I think you're making cuts regardless. You're not going this season with 6 running backs.
But it makes things so much easier because if you bring Breida in, it's going to be Singletary, the Gray, Tracy. Everyone else is gone or practice squad.
Yeah. So by that, I kind of don't want Breida because I know what Breida is, where I don't know what these guys are.
God.
I'd rather take there's certain times where like you have to kind of roll the dice, and I think in this situation the Giants will roll the dice and try to get somebody new in here. Because running backs are such a crapshoot. You don't know what you're going to get.
And there's so much optimism. Obviously we know about Singletary. He's going to be the starter week 1. But there's so much optimism in terms of like, okay, what can Tyrone Tracy bring to the table? What can Turbo Miller bring to the table? Eric Gray here and there. We've seen what he can do. But like you mentioned, just the uncertainty.
I loved him. I thought he was going to be really good last year. I don't think he got the touches he could have, but I think if you give him more time and opportunity to become that running back, he could become an NFL caliber back.
Preseason. There you go.
Exactly.
We'll see it. And then the Sailors guy, he's been in the NFL before. He was with Cincinnati and Atlanta. He played a few snaps in the preseason with Cincinnati. He was pretty solid. He's a productive back. Wherever he goes, in terms of college or in the UFL, we've seen him be productive. That's like the main thing. Yeah. The short version of his contributions in the football world. So we'll see. I think with Sailors, I'm confident he can do something as long as he shows out well in training camp. I do feel like he'll have a role on this team now. Like you mentioned, the Giants will likely keep 4 running backs on the roster. 3 spots are kind of already taken with Tracy, Singletary, and Gray. It's just that 4th spot, and we'll see if Sailors can.
There's 2 locks and then a third, which is pretty much a lock. But if there's some crazy circumstance, I can see it opening up.
Which is the Gray situation.
Which is Gray, yeah, exactly.
Got it. Okay. But yeah, I think I mean the running back room is fine as it is. Please, I mean, don't bring anyone else in. That's just the main thing we got from this. There's no need. We have 5-6 running backs already on this roster. Let them battle out in training camp. And if you don't like any of them, sure, you go sign a free agent. But as Brian just mentioned, just leave it as it is. There's no need. After Sailors, you're done. No more. Go sign some offensive line depth or something. Don't even.
Yeah, there's other holes on this roster. Go fill those. Don't bring in 7 running backs to compete for 4 jobs. 6 is fine.
Exactly. I hope one day, we go from talking about, we have too many running backs to the conversation of, okay, we get to pay our top tier running back, because the 49ers, I think, was it last week? No, a couple weeks ago, roughly. They re-signed Christian McCaffrey to an extension. He was already the highest paid running back in the league. And they said, okay, let's increase it even more. So I guess they saw what he did last year for the team, which was be the main offensive weapon for the team that got him to the Super Bowl. And they said, okay, we'll pay you more money to just show that we appreciate you and that we're happy. So, he was paid. He was also going to be on the cover of Madden this upcoming year, which is great. No complaints about that, right?
No, nothing. No complaints. Just don't draft him in fantasy. The Madden curse. I mean, yeah, no, it's a joke everyone's making online. Like, oh, thanks for letting me know in advance not to draft McCaffrey, but no, he'll be fine. He'll be fine. Perfect guy perfect non-best quarterback. Like, the only other guy you could probably make a case for is Justin Jefferson, but I think McCaffrey is the face of the 49ers. 49ers are one of the best teams in the NFL right now. I think it's a slam dunk.
Could you see who from the Giants? Oh, God. I don't know why I'm asking this.
Neighbors.
Well, they're not going to put a rookie on there.
Ryan Burns.
Oh.
I don't know. Was Ray Lewis the last pass rusher they had in the box? I don't know if Ray Lewis was on the box. Hang on.
Pass rusher?
I don't think there's ever been a pass rusher on the Madden box.
They've all been offensive players.
The last defensive guy was Richard Sherman.
Oh, yeah.
I know that.
Oh, God. That was Madden 15.
Yes, that was Madden 15, and that was the game where defenses were broken.
Ay.
Hang on. Wait, is he? I'll have to look into some of these older guys, but Richard Sherman is. Oh no, Troy Polamalu. He was Troy Polamalu 2010. But he was on with Larry Fitzgerald. So, wow. Sherman. It's been Beckham, Gronk, Brady, Antonio Brown, Mahomes, Lamar Jackson, Mahomes and Brady, John Madden, Josh Allen, McCaffrey.
So there really hasn't been a curse, technically.
No, but like you could make you could make the argument like Allen had the worst season this year.
Oh yeah, okay, yep, that makes sense because the Bills. Wait a minute. Okay, no, AFC Championship was Ravens and Chiefs. Bills got eliminated by the Chiefs in the divisional.
Yeah,
got it.
But I think this year, Allen's interception problem was put on a main stage, especially for Week 1 against the Jets, where he had 3 just horrific interceptions. Sauce Gardner. Yeah, it wasn't even just Sauce Gardner. It was everybody on the Jets.
DJ Reed and friends.
I forgot the guy's name, but I'm like, this guy is like a scrub, and he's out here like picking off Josh Allen like it's nothing.
That game was so ugly.
Bad game. That was a bad game.
It came down to a punt return. Oh my God, Tayshaun Gibson, man, was a.
It was exciting. It was the highlight of the Jets season.
Yeah, well,
after the worst thing that could have happened.
Rodgers came out with the flag. Or place.
I was getting food. I was getting food with me, my buddy, and my buddy's girlfriend. We were getting freaking food, and we placed a very large wager on the game. But we responsibly place a wager on the game, and we're walking back, and it's probably a 10-minute walk for where our house was. And my buddy goes, Brian, the game started. Check it. I'm like, Zach Wilson's in the game. It's like, what? I'm like, Zach Wilson's in the game. I jumped right on Twitter. I'm like, oh my God, the Jets are cursed.
They can blame the turf all they want, but they are the Jets.
Aaron Rodgers' other Achilles is the opportunity, the funniest thing of all time. Week 1.
What?
Because they played Monday night again on week 1 this season. Jets 49ers, Monday night, week 1. If Aaron Rodgers gets hurt again, I might piss my pants.
What's worse is that he played his college ball in California. So it's like, if that happens again.
Grew up a Niners fan, was convinced he was going to the 49ers until they drafted Alex Smith.
Oh, man. Oh, Rodgers, man. I think he's at another. Excuse the noise. He's at a Ashuaka.
Ayahuasca.
Yeah. What did I say? What in the world? Ayahuasca. He's there
Aaron
again.
Rodgers is doing hallucinogenics right now. Aaron Rodgers has no idea where he is. He's very high. Seeing flying sea turtles.
No Wi-Fi, no nothing. He is literally chilling.
This is a man that sat in a dark shed and was like, I must play for the New York Jets.
I wonder how that feels like, just sitting in a dark room for like days.
Not fun. I've done it.
Would you just sleep?
No, I just sat there. It's like 2 in the afternoon. Like, I want to see what Aaron Rodgers did. So I just sat in a closet. I'm like, this sucks. I was in there for 10 minutes.
Yeah, I would. My boredom would have been like at an all-time high because you just sit there and it's like there's no technology, there's no books.
Nope.
You can eat, I'm sure, but like
he was doing hardcore drugs when he was in there. He was doing ayahuasca, so he was high as a kite.
Is that like similar to like marijuana?
It's more similar to like magic mushrooms.
Magic mushrooms.
Like you just kind of hallucinate.
Look, if Jets fans aren't complaining, as long as he goes out there, plays all 16,
I think the Jets fans could use some ayahuasca.
If the Giants go 4-12, I'll find a way to get some.
Aaron Rodgers seems to do it every day. Aaron Rodgers said he was doing it on the sidelines during Packers games, for God's sakes. Did you see that? Yeah, Rodgers said like he was high in the field during Packers games. Like during like the last few years in Green Bay, he was doing ayahuasca while playing.
I thought smelling salts were bad. Jeez.
Yeah, no, that's bad.
Well, look, the Packers-Niners game it's a good game to have week 1 for sure. You have McCaffrey, the man and cover guy. You have Rodgers making his comeback, so that's going to be nice to see. Justin Jefferson also got extended since we've recorded our last episode. He's obviously the highest paid receiver now. $35 million is what he's going to get annually. What do you think?
You know, he deserves it. He's without question the best wide receiver in the league. Now he's got to have, Sam Darnold and JJ McCarthy there into him, but I think he will be fine regardless of that. The person who's most happy with this is Jamar Chase because he's going to get a contract very similar to that, I think. Or at least, be able to have a ballpark of what his extension is going to be, and then that will force out T. Higgins.
Thank you for bringing. See, I knew I forgot someone, so we'll get to Higgins in just a bit. But
yeah,
what the thing about Jefferson is like this guy missed 7 games last year, and he still finished with 1,000 yards. Yeah. Literally, in each season, he's had at least 1,000 yards. In rookie season, 1,400. Second season, 1,600. Third season, 1,800 yards receiving, and then misses 7 games last year because of injury. He still goes for 1,000 yards. No player does that, but Justin Jefferson.
Exactly.
It's actually ridiculous. So shout out to him. Him getting paid. So he's gonna get paid. So right now it's Jefferson. He got paid. Amon-Ra St. Brown got paid. AJ Brown got paid. So
it's Ayuk, Chase, and Higgins. The only guys who haven't gotten paid yet. get paid.
Did you like just read my notes? Because Ayuk's the next guy.
I can do that sometimes. I have a weird. If my buddy Ryan was here, we have a weird ESP that we would just think with each other. Like we could just do things and like not even communicate with each other. It's the weirdest thing.
This is why you're my co-host. I'm telling
Exactly.
you just know my stuff. But yeah, anyway, so Ayuk was the next player I'm gonna let's talk about. He hasn't been paid yet. There was a video released 2 days ago
Yes.
about he was on the FaceTime with Jaden Daniels, out of all people. Makes sense why, because they were teammates at Arizona State.
Right. Yeah.
But the video was like he was talking to Daniels. He was like, "Hey, they don't want me back," and then Daniels started laughing and stuff. And I'm like, oh God, if Ayuk goes to the Commanders.
Yeah, that's a tough one. I mean, it'd be an amazing combination fantasy-wise. Like, I would draft Ayuk in a second because I think he's already a good fantasy option. But having already have a connection with Jaden Daniels, and it's going to help Daniels because he's got a guy he feels comfortable throwing the ball with, but he has that connection. Daniels and Ayuk be really good fantasy options for you. But as a Giants fan, it would keep me up at night.
Oh, 100%, because we already have to deal with Dallas with CeeDee Lamb and Brandon Cooks. The Eagles with A.J. Brown and Devontae Smith, and now Washington. They already had Terry McLaurin, and they were already trashed with him. But now you put McLaurin and an actual quarterback in Jaden Daniels and Brandon Ayuk.
Let's just hope Malik Neighbors and Jalen Hyatt develop into what we think they can be.
Yay! Oh my God. Oh God. But anyways, Ayuk, the reason why there's a situation with Brandon Ayuk and the 49ers is because the Niners have failed. They're struggling to find a deal that works with both sides. The Niners offered a deal in around the $26 million per year range. That did not work out whatsoever. Ayuk is seeking, according to his personal receivers coach, TJ Houshmandzadeh, whatever, who used to play for the Bengals once upon a time, but his personal receivers coach said that he's looking to be paid around Amon-Ra St. Brown money, which is about, I think, $30 million. So it's not that bad.
No.
A $4 million difference. Like, you can't be that cheap.
No.
You just paid McCaffrey for no reason.
I think that's the thing that set Ayuk off was them paying McCaffrey because he's already signed long term, and then getting another extension. It's like, well, you clearly like him more than me. Why aren't you back and trunk up for me? I'm done. It's an ego thing.
100%. The Niners fan, a Niners fan could argue with us and say, oh well, extending McCaffrey lowered the cap space or increased their cap space, which it did. But it's like from a vantage point, it's like you just said, him, I get he was our offense, but I was too.
Yeah, like I made a big contribution to this team, and I'm not getting recognized for that. But you keep recognizing McCaffrey for that, so you clearly like him more than me. Ego's gotten paid already, so what am I?
Yeah, like, did you not see what I did last season? I recorded 1,300 receiving yards. I had 7 touchdowns. I made the All-Pro second team. Like,
put some respect.
Pay me.
Yeah, it's that simple. Pay me. Put some respect on my name.
So, I mean, like, $30 million isn't that rich. But here's the thing. Can you see... We can understand, though, why the Niners wouldn't pay him that money. Because this kind of was his first season being that wide receiver number one. Because last year, he did record 1,000 yards for the first time in his career. Before that, it was 700 yards, 800 yards a season. Last season was his first year where he kind of broke out.
Yeah,
I can see why the Niners wouldn't want to pay him, but then again, the receiving market is increasing exponentially every single year. We just mentioned Jefferson. $35 million a year is unheard of, ever.
Yeah. Give me $30 million to a guy has one breakout year and a few good decent seasons, but we just said Jefferson missed 7 games and still had over 1,000 yards.
Mhm.
Are you that good? I don't think so. Because no one is.
We could argue that the Niners are scared because of what happened with Deebo Samuel. Remember when they paid him, after that great season where he got like 1,400 receiving yards, 6 touchdowns, was also had 8 rushing touchdowns too in 2021. But ever since he got paid, he's been just statistically, Samuel
Exactly. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So
yeah, it's learning from mistakes. Don't repeat the same. Definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again, expecting a different result.
I love that. You brought that up in an article, and I was like,
I forgot which one I did it in, but I did bring that up in an article.
So, but I guess, would you pay Ayuk $30 million? You would. If you're
if I'm the Niners, I would pay Ayuk $30 million. I would try to see if I can get him down to like 28, but we'll see.
And if you trade him somewhere, is Washington the best destination, or is there someone else?
I feel like it would be for him. I mean, I think Washington would think like, all right, let's surround our young quarterback with as much talent as possible. He's already got McLaurin, and now we'll give him a guy that he can be his quote unquote safety net guy in Ayuk because they have the connection already. Yeah, I think he's probably the best spot for him.
Washington's a destination. Who else? Chargers
definitely be a good one.
Cardinals
would be one. Yep.
Could go back home.
Aside Martin Harrison Jr. takes some of the pressure off him a little bit.
Weren't the Steelers a team that he was rumored to this offseason?
I think so, yeah.
Because there's a picture of him and Mike Tomlin, and I guess someone made fun of how they look similar, and then he was like, "Yeah, come get me," or something. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, Justin Jefferson is almost a Jet. It's at Florence Park. Like, he wanted to be a Jet. Yeah, the Jets were trying to get Justin Jefferson this offseason. Does no
one want to be a fucking Giant? Jesus Christ!
No. Clearly not. Would you want to play for Daniel Jones?
Guys, it's not that bad. He'll get you the. Okay, no, I'm kidding.
I think his reputation is just so bad in the league that just no one wants to go play for him.
Look, if it doesn't work out with Jones, we're gonna get someone new. I promise.
I know, but people are gonna see that as like a wasted year. They don't want to waste years because you already have so many years in the NFL. You want to get your money fast.
You see, this is why Waller shouldn't have retired. See what a bad look he put on us? He put 1 year with Danny Dimes and said no. Gosh dang it. I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. I'm not blaming Waller or anyone, but look, no matter where Ayuk go, he's going to produce. I think the thing is that he doesn't have a lot of leverage. He is under contract for this, upcoming season because, he is under contract for this year. They could franchise tag him next year and then franchise tag him again the year after that. So technically, he doesn't have that much control.
Yeah,
but he is
upset. Have him for 3 years.
He is upset.
Do you want to put the salary cap on him?
Yeah, which they probably don't for just a year of playing. And he's upset. Like, he's already upset as it is. Obviously he's going to be a distraction, blah, blah, blah. He hasn't shown up to any workouts or mini camp, and he's probably not going to be there for training camp unless something crazy happens from the time that this is live and then going from there. But, at this point, you drafted 2 receivers, the Niners did. Ricky Pearsall, I think, was a reach, but I'm just saying. They drafted Jacob Cowing from Arizona in the later rounds. You drafted 2 receivers. You re-signed Jawan Jennings. You have Ronnie Bell, the second-year guy, and you already have Deebo Samuel. All signs point to Ayuk being gone. I'm just saying, you pay Ayuk, you better just give him his money. He was literally the reason why the passing game was working along with McCaffrey. Deebo Samuel wasn't anything. You take the Philly game away, he really wasn't much. Deebo was.
Deebo's gone as soon as that contract's up, I think.
Oh, 100%. Or honestly, you pay Ayuk, just trade Deebo.
Yeah, you can do that too. But here's the thing: what team's going to take Deebo?
Us.
Good, but is he going to want,
Do you know how freaking dangerous he would be with us? He could be the running back and receiver, like he was 2 years ago.
Yeah. True. Very true. Very true.
I would give. What would I give them though? What would you give him?
I look at Debo's contract real quick.
Oh, I forgot. You have to consider the contract stuff. I forget this ain't Madden.
Yeah, like
You can just
okay.
turn the cap space.
Protocol is loading.
What do you use for contract? I use Spot Track.
Yeah, Spot Track. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Let's see. He got a cap hit of $28 million this year. He has an opt out after this season. He makes up 11% of the salary cap for the 49ers. So I would give him a day 3 pick.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. Fuck.
At most.
Damn, he costs that much? God damn. Jeez. D-ball. Man, they believe in him for sure.
I think the Niners are just hoping he opts out this year.
Oh
Jesus
my
Christ.
golly. 28 against the cap.
28 against the cap, yeah.
God.
The Giants even have that?
Oh, 100%. No, we
I was
do
going to say, like,
not.
wait a minute, I don't even think we could do that.
I think, yeah, because Debo freed up around, Waller freed up around like 12 million.
Yeah.
But our cap space is currently at 10 million.
You have to free up $18 million. There's only one guy that you could move to free up $18 million.
And who may that be, sir?
Oh, it's Mr. Jones, and no one's taking him.
47 million is what he'll be against the cap this upcoming season. Oh my God. Danny. Come on, Danny. You gotta play well for us, buddy. Come on.
It's even worse than next year. It's like $50 million.
It gets worse?
But it's not going to because we're going to cut him.
I don't know if he plays
Look at Dan Jones' contract. Look at that fourth year.
Right.
It's bad.
All right. For those of you watching on YouTube, we're gonna go ahead and show you his contract here, thanks to our friends from Spot Track or Spo Track. I love how StreamYard can allow us to do
Jones,
this.
tennis player.
Where?
I don't know. I looked up Daniel Jones in the first one. Yeah, 2026. He's got a cap hit of $58 million. He's never seeing it. He's gone after this year.
20% of the cap?
Yep.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and eat the dead cap, man. I'm not gonna lie.
I'll eat that 22.
Yeah.
Watch he saved $20 million. Because he's 41. He's 41 million next year, and then in 2026 he'll be 11 million dead cap, and instead of 58, so that'd be 47 million we'll save. So we'll save a lot of money getting.
But that's like looking to the future. It's like I'm talking about like now. Like
yeah,
we have no freaking. Okay, if we go to 2025, can we cut people on here? You can't even cut people on. What kind of website is this?
There is a website you can cut people on. I forgot what it's called though.
Is it called Over the Cap?
Yep, that's it.
Yeah, we go. We'll get to T Higgins in just a bit because I know he was signed or he signed the franchise tag. Where the heck is the Giants? There we are. Okay, 2025. If we cut Daniel Jones pre-June 1st? No, post-June 1st.
Maybe post.
Okay, if we wait till June 1st of next year, so we'll be sitting here next year. If we cut him by after June 1st, we'll save 30 million and eat up just 11 million in dead cap.
Yeah.
That, my friends, is what we'll be doing if Jones sucks. And by then, we'll have our new franchise quarterback, Shedeur Sanders.
Mm-hmm.
Or Carson Beck.
Somebody.
It's going to be somebody. But anyways, we're going way off what we've done. So yeah, Ayuk, I hope he gets paid. End of story. No matter who he's gonna be, he's a great wide receiver. He's still young, but 26 years old. He hasn't even reached his prime yet. Like he's getting there. So end of the day, he's gonna get paid. SF, just pay him, dude. Seriously, Debo ain't nothing. We don't know what's gonna happen with Jacob Cowing and Jacob or Ricky Pearsall. Just pay.
Yeah,
Ayuk.
those are lottery tickets.
Exactly. Just pay Ayuk. Go from there. All right. T. Higgins, franchise tender. Let's face it. This is the Bengals' last chance to win a Super Bowl because
With this core, yeah.
you could argue if they don't win it this year, they're kind of screwed because they have no running game. Don't even start me with Zach Moss.
Yeah, no.
Don't even no. Sorry, Bengals fans. Just don't even try. Jamar Chase is going to get paid. Joe Burrow already got paid a lot of money to the point where you have no cap space. This is so you have Higgins, you have Chase, you have Burrow. You have rookie receiver Jermaine Burton. Your defense is pretty solid, led by Tre Hendrickson. But this is kind of it.
Yeah.
Like in my opinion, they don't do anything this year.
Mm-hmm. They had the massive overhaul coming,
which is sad because they just paid Burrow, and it's like,
yeah,
ew, Burrow on a different team.
I mean, yeah, but I don't think Cincinnati will allow it.
Well, then they better figure something out because
I think they'll figure something out because I don't think you could lose Burrow. I think he's such a face of the franchise right now.
Well, you better pay Higgins then because
Mm-hmm.
once upon a time, you had Higgins, Chase, and Tyler Boyd, 3 solid weapons for Joe Burrow to throw to. Now all of a sudden you could be down to literally 1.
Yeah.
By the time next year rolls around. So T. Higgins, 1 year, $21 million. Franchise tender, signed, sealed, delivered. So that's kind of it in terms of NFL extensions and all that stuff. Did I miss anyone else?
No, I think we covered everybody.
Okay. Deontay Johnson wants to get paid too, by the way, by next year.
Yeah. And
Panthers.
Panther.
Bryce Young, give him the football, baby. All right, last topic before we head off. Like I said, last episode till July 1st. So we're just trying to give you guys the best episode we can give you, best content we can give you. Stock reports for the Giants were released by Sports Illustrated. And please, for the love of God, please bring back print issues, like print magazines. Okay. I signed up to read freaking digital issues of Sports Illustrated. It sucks. I want the physical copy. And don't say the swimsuit issue. I'm not getting this. I don't get the swimsuit issue. Once upon a time, I saw a swimsuit calendar. Oh God, he's gonna go find it. Oh God,
I have it under my bed,
dude.
I had somewhere. I don't know where it went.
No!
I just saw it.
Dang it! If you find it by the end of the show, let me know. But yeah, the swimsuit issue is like the only thing available from a print standpoint. As yes, Brian is searching.
I'm finding this thing now,
guys. We are this is like the behind the scenes stuff. We are finding.
Yeah, welcome to my bedroom. A yearbook from 2 years ago. What the hell is a swimsuit edition? I know I have one.
It's in the archives.
Oh, it's in the archives already. Oh, here we go. Damn it, that's not it.
Dang it.
Oh, wait.
Oh. Is it the most recent one?
Oh, no. This thing's old.
Oh, dang. I was going to say.
This thing's a few years old.
I'm going to have to guess.
I haven't gotten it in a while either.
Kate Upton? No.
Kate Upton's in it. I looked through it the other day when I found it. Kate Upton's in it.
Oh, she's in it? Oh, okay.
Joseph Verlander's a very lucky man. I'll say that.
Oh, that man's a stud. A hell of a pitcher, and he's got a
college football thing from a few years ago.
Hey.
Brady. College. Picture. Notebook. More. Wait. I didn't throw this thing away. I know I would.
Over the rainbow.
I found it.
Yay! Who's on the cover?
Schifrin. It's not it. It's something else.
Oh, okay. Dang
I
it.
just saw a blonde on the cover and got excited.
It's like, oh, it is.
I found it.
Okay.
There it is.
Who is it? Who?
Daniela. This is 2018.
Golly. No.
Hang on 1 second.
Okie dokie.
Great content.
I,
All right, here we go.
this is gonna be a clip.
Oh, definitely. Yeah. Upton brings it. This is Daniela Harrington. Daniela Harrington.
Yay!
Let's find
I
Katie.
thought it was someone.
There she
actually
is.
The legend herself,
There
Miss
she
Upton.
is. There's Kate Upton.
Yay!
Justin Verlander, you lucky man.
I think didn't he like not get at her, but they met at one of his games and he
Yeah,
gave her,
she was at Yankee Stadium sitting behind the dugout and he threw a ball to her with his number on it.
Ah, damn it, Verlander, you son of oh my god. But yeah, this Sports Illustrated. Look, I understand they have some issues going on in terms of like, getting a new company to work with them, blah, blah, blah. But please just bring back physical copies. I can't stand reading digital copies. But the point is, the reason why I bring up Sports Illustrated, they released a report on the Giants in terms of who raised their stock and who didn't after the end of their mandatory minicamp and their rookie workouts and whatever the case may be. Training camp does begin on the 23rd of this month, but they released a few players whose stock rose. And one of them is, honestly, he's already my favorite receiver already, Malik Neighbors. I mean, this guy, he has been sensational. One-handed catches caught on tape. He showed out during his time in minicamp. And Brian Dable talked about how there's still a few things Neighbors is still learning, but he's ready to go. He's ready to hit the ground running. And Brian, honestly, dude, I'm just so excited to see him play.
Oh no, I can't wait. I can't wait to watch Malik Neighbors. Like, even if you're a really pessimistic Giants fan and think the season's going nowhere, you still have to be excited to watch Neighbors and see what he can do with this offense, because he will be the next wide receiver one for the Giants.
Has to have over 150 targets this season. Has to.
Mm-hmm.
No, not like if he doesn't get over 150, there has to have been an issue with the quarterback play, because this guy is the best weapon on this Giants team. Automatically replaces Saquon Barkley as the best weapon on offense. He is that guy. He's a tremendous weapon. His speed is great. His ability to run routes is outstanding. He's explosive. He's just a big play guy, and we just got to give him the football, and we'll be just fine. His teammate Wan'Dale Robinson was another guy Sports Illustrated mentioned as a guy that raised his stock so far in minicamp. A couple of years ago, we were witnessing him getting off the field with an ACL injury. Last season he was great, and this season he has a chance to really break out. Had that long touchdown from it was a play where he caught I think it was a slant, I think, or whatever the case may be, and he was taking it all the way for a touchdown. You've seen it, I think, where it was at the end when he scored. Him and Hyatt and Neighbors had the little Spider-Man meme thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, your thoughts on Wan'Dale, man, because this guy, if with all the attention on Neighbors this upcoming season, that opens up so much for a guy like Wan'Dale Robinson, who
Wan'Dale Robinson is going to be that slot guy, and he's going to have a huge year. He really is. We saw it at the Detroit game before he tore his ACL, unfortunately. He's back healthy now, and I think that is the Wan'Dale Robinson we're going to get. All the coverage is going to be around Neighbors. I think Hyatt is a deep threat, so they're going to kind of have safeties on him, leaving that kind of middle, short kind of gain exposed, and Wan'Dale Robinson can take that ball and create 10, 15 yards with the speed he has.
And it's like, Robinson, he's not limited to just running routes. He can, rush, run with the football in terms of, setting up run plays for him. We saw that in the Green Bay game. You remember that play when Saquon, I think he handed off to Wan'Dale on the run. But I'm excited to see him play. He's mainly a slot guy, but in the clip where
he's a gadget guy. He's a guy that's gonna just kind of do everything.
Exactly.
Perfect. I think Babel is going to have a field day with him. Now he's officially back at full strength. He's going to be able to use him exactly how he wants to. He could be the next like Devo Samuel type player. I'm not saying to be as good as Devo Samuel. I'm just saying that style player where he just kind of relies on that speed and the athleticism, where he's a route runner, but also is impactful in the run game.
I have to agree. So yeah, excited to see Wandale play. I'm just really excited to see this whole receiving core play out, because you have three guys: Wandale, you have Hyatt, you have Neighbors, and you still have Darius Slayton. Like, I know we talked about Slayton's role decreasing, but he was Daniel Jones's favorite target for quite a while now. And It's like you have four guys that can get the football. This is why we talk about no excuses.
Yeah, I think Slayton's going to be that safety net guy for Jones. Like, all right, you got to hit Hyatt or Neighbors, but if they're not open or you're not liking the look, Slayton's going to be, running like a 5-yard curl, and you can just hit him right there for a check down.
I think, honestly, I may be, going too far, but this Giants team, they could run a spread offense. I'm just saying.
They could.
4 receivers.
Yeah.
Sign me up, Brian Dable. I could be your offensive assistant. No, I'm just playing. But another guy that has raised his stock this offseason is Cor'Dale Flott. We talked about him earlier in the show. Mainly a slot corner last year. He's going to get his chance to play on the outside. But he did show, ability to play a solid coverage. Instincts is one thing that stood out for me when it comes to Cor'Dale Flott. He isn't really a lock to, obviously. I mean, outside of Deontay Banks, no one is a lock in terms of the position they'll play at corner, whether in the slot or on the outside. But Flott, right now, it is his job to lose at the moment. So one more guy that has raised his stock is Tyrone Tracy Jr., only a rookie, but it seems like, according to reports, he's had the upper hand in terms of that RB2 job. Has, played well in the receiving game as a runner as well so far in camp. Of course, there needs to be work done in terms of his pass protection, but as we talked about, Brian, earlier with the running backs, Tyrone Tracy is an intriguing prospect.
Oh, very, very, very intriguing. He's got that possibility to be that explosive guy that, like, week 10, you're like, oh, wait, like, he's actually really good. Why is he getting more touches?
100%. Because Singletary, he's RB1 now, but he's not really a lock because there's so much competition behind him.
He is a bridge guy. I think he was always going to be that bridge guy. Until the Giants found their next bell cow back, he was going to be the guy that kind of mends that fence. And he has 3 years here. So the Giants, it doesn't have to be him, but I think there's an expectation it's going to be him.
I wish we had Audrey Estime.
Another guy I just wrote about. Oh, I miss Audrey Estime.
I didn't, not that we got him, but I'm like, dude, I wanted him.
Yeah.
All right, real quickly, guys that have whose stock has kind of decreased a little. Aziz Ojulari. I mean, we know about Brian Burns. He's.
I don't know the stock market that well. I can't compare it to an actual stock, but it plummeted.
100%, because we already knew his role was going to be reduced to, he'll come in here and there, but his workload has reduced a lot. He hasn't participated much in drills this spring at all, and it's mostly been Burns and Thibodeau. So, not saying he'll get cut, right? But I mean,
no, he won't get cut, because I think he's too talented to get cut, but he's just not going to be a guy in the Giants' long-term plans.
Mm-hmm.
He's going to be a guy, all right, he's going to play out his rookie deal and then probably leave in free agency.
There you go. Evan Neal, another guy. Look, I know his stock has gone down. He is recovering from ankle surgery, but there's something.
I don't know if it's fair to give Evan Neal stock going down, because I think it's gone down because of how bad he's played. Mm-hmm. But I think he has a fresh start in a way with a new offensive line coach, teaching him a new style, looking at his metrics. And then there also is a lot of talk about him moving over the guard. So I think Neal has more options than teams are giving him. So I think his stock is kind of just staying the same.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, because according to Brian Dable, there is no setback in terms of his recovery process. But Sports Illustrated, they're concerned because they feel like something's up in terms of what the article talked about. They talked about how, this guy's rehabbing from an injury, right? And when you rehab from an injury, you kind of slowly build them up in terms of things that they can do. Evan Neal hasn't done anything. I mean, he has nothing in OTAs. In minicamp, didn't do much, if anything at all. And he needs all the reps he can get, because you just mentioned the new offensive line coach. Like, he has to get his reps in. And, you have Josh Azudu playing right tackle, and God forbid that happens in the regular season, because sorry, I don't believe in Azudu. I'm sorry, I just don't. And I'm sure you don't either.
No.
So
I want the 7th overall pick in the draft to live up to expectations.
100%. So he needs to get on the field, and hopefully that's sooner rather than later. And I want to see him succeed. And it seems like the Giants have all the confidence in the world for him to play right tackle, because they've had John Runyon and Jermaine Illuminor play at the guard spots. Andrew Thomas obviously playing left tackle. John Michael Schmitz at center. Right tackle, it's Evan Neal's job to lose. They really don't have any other competition.
Until competition needs to be made.
Exactly. There you go. And then finally, according to this report, Darius Slayton's stock has gone down as well.
Well, obviously.
When Malik Neighbors comes in, it's like, oh, yeah, for sure.
When Malik Neighbors and 2 guys still on the rookie contracts are ahead of you, stock's going down.
I mean, that because Neighbors is going to get a lot of attention in terms of from the quarterback spot, in terms of targets and whatnot. So Slayton's workload is going to be reduced a lot. Also, adding Jalen Hyde and Wan'Dale Robinson in there, it's like Slayton's kind of in the background, like we've discussed on multiple occasions. Obviously, Slayton was holding out not too long ago. The Giants put incentives into his contract that said, okay, he's fine with it. He'll come back and participate in camp and stuff. But it seems like Slayton is. We shouldn't be surprised if Slayton is the wide receiver number 4 coming out of training camp per se.
Yeah, no.
Because you're not going to. I doubt between Jalen Hyde and Darius Slayton, they would demote Hyatt, because.
Yeah, no. It's a second-year guy, and coming out of Tennessee, he's like, yeah, he's a raw prospect, but he has so much potential. The Giants are going to want to give him as much playing time as possible.
Mm-hmm. And you have Wan'Dale. You're not going to demote Wan'Dale. You're definitely not going to demote Neighbors.
Because Wan'Dale can play the slot, and I don't think Darius Slayton can play slot. If Darius Slayton is your slot receiver, you have major issues. He doesn't fit the mold of a slot receiver at all.
It's to the point.
He's the outside.
It's to the point where it's like, what are you gonna do? I mean, trade him away? I don't know. I mean, we're already heading into July, and it's like,
I think you just let him play as that 4 or 5 receiver. Let him play out the year. If he has a good year, sign him for like a depth contract. But like, if he doesn't want to do that, just let him walk. It's not. Darius Slayton's a decent player, but there's 100 Darius Slaytons out there. You can get Darius Slayton in next year's draft in the 4th round, or 5th round, just like we got Darius Slayton. And
you already have a guy in Isaiah Hodgins that is more than happy to step into that wide receiver number 4 spot, and we saw what he can do. 2 years ago, last year not so much.
He could take over that Darius Slayton role if Slayton's gone. Okay, you would be wide receiver 4, and that might be a better fit for Hodgins because there's not as much pressure on him.
Mm-hmm. There you go.
Like there was an expectation of, okay, you're going to take a next step and potentially could be a wide receiver 2 or 1. Now it's like, all right, you're 4 and you're good there.
Mm-hmm. And it's like that kind of puts less on Wan'Dale and Hyatt in terms of like, okay, well, there's no one. Hodgins isn't challenging Hyatt and Robinson for a 2-3 spot at wide receiver. Let's just, to be honest, not to downgrade Hodgins or anything or make fun of him or not discriminate, but to belittle him. But Hodgins isn't as talented as Wan'Dale or Hyatt.
And the only reason why Slayton is challenging those guys is because of his connection with Jones, because he's been here for so long. Take that away, and it's the same story.
Exactly. And we've said this multiple times. Like, sure, he was a leading receiver for the Giants, but like that's only saying so much considering how bad the Giants' offense in terms of the receiving core has been since.
Being like, the warmest day in Siberia. okay, it's still cold outside, guys.
Yeah. it gets still 60 or whatever the kids.
I don't want to go off topic, but did you see the England heat wave?
Oh my God. I saw the number. It was like 26 Celsius. And I was
20...
like, what is that in Fahrenheit? And it was like 78. And I'm like, bro, 78? Are you
Bro, it's 91 in Connecticut right now. I would love it to be 78 right now.
All of us would like 78. Shit. I mean, 78 degrees is like the perfect weather. Add in some little breeze. Oh man, that's a summer day.
That's a summer day. That's like a early September, NFL Sunday. So I'm feeling right now.
My God,
I'm in Giant Stadium parking lot. I got an adult beverage in my hand.
Ooh.
I'm ready to go. I'm ready to go, sir.
But in England, it's like, oh my God, oh, it's hot, it's sweating.
Jumping in fountains.
Freaking Englanders, Jesus Christ, man.
I'm glad we broke away from them in 1776. This is payback for it. All right, you guys are complaining about 78 degrees. Come live in 91 for a day and see how bad 78 is. Get out of here,
bro. They would have a heat stroke in 85-degree weather at this point. If that's how bad they're dying with 78, imagine putting like you mentioned 85, 90 degrees. Oh God, 100. Oh, just kill the whole damn country.
Put them in Texas. Let's send Texas weather to England for a week and watch the country crumble.
Oh my God, I don't.
A nice average of 100 degrees. Everyone's just dying.
Have some tea in it. Oh, you can have some iced tea. Shit.
Iced tea. I think like just water. I want nothing else. Just get me hydrated. Give me a swimming pool.
Oh man, great point with England. Oh my God, that's ridiculous. But yeah, we'll see what happens with the Giants, man. Stocks, guys like Malik Neighbors and Wandale have raised their stock, but guys like Slayton and Evan Neal, whether it's because of injury or because of just the players they have ahead of them, we'll see what happens in training camp. So it's gonna be exciting to see. Training camp starts on the 23rd of June. So
can't wait.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. 4 days away. Well, 3 days by the time you're listening to this.
Exactly. Beautiful. All right. So yeah, no Weddle today. We've gone for about an hour and 20 something. So, I feel like that's good enough. But we'll see you guys in July. So we'll be releasing clips throughout the week and go from there.
I think we got a few good ones this time.
I love the England one is gonna
England Sports Illustrated. Let's go.
We're ridiculous, I tell you. Yeah, but 3rd and 10 podcast. So season 2 starting in July. New logo, same host. Nothing is changing. New guests will be joining us, though. Very excited for that. This upcoming season, and then, like I said, this is going to be our first full season covering the Giants.
Oh no! Cameron Brink just tore ACL. Done for
no.
The year. Yep, torn ACL. Done for the season.
Okay, actually, to be honest, I'm not surprised. Because when she went down, it was no contact.
Yeah, I know. It's just very sad.
Well, why would I watch the WNBA now?
Yeah, what's the point? So
what's the point?
So I can watch Angel Reese complain about Clayton Clark all the time. I get it. I get both sides. Play basketball.
Okay.
Just play basketball. Don't be doing both sides. Don't make Clark a baby, but don't do unnecessary, stupid fouls to her.
Okay, yeah.
Can we find an even ground where, okay, it's not just Caitlin Clark, giving, attention to the league. Reese and then Paige Beckers next year, and there's a lot of good talent in the WNBA right now. But Caitlin Clark is also having a very big impact on the league.
100%. I was talking Angel Reese from a attractive standpoint. I think she is quite attractive. I'm just saying. But from a basketball standpoint, we got to take it easy on Caitlin Clark, because this poor woman is getting just smacked and fouled and ridiculed.
Cheering. Like, what are you doing?
And the best thing is, she does not give a flying F. She is literally mature in every interview she does, Caitlin Clark. She is outstanding. Like, even with the bad games or all this mess going on, she's like, I'm not the only person. there's other people who are the reason why we watch the game.
Yeah.
Or, she takes credit when, when things are bad like this. I
That's
love
perfect. Yeah, I do too. And if I'm Caitlin Clark, I'd be kind of mad at my teammates. It's like I'm getting fouled and like I'm not sitting there watching every single Indiana Fever game.
Mhm.
But these clips and stuff, the one thing I don't see is a teammate getting in someone's face.
Mhm.
Because in every other sport, there's retaliation. If you hit someone in baseball, guess what? You're getting plunked the next inning. Dirty hit in football, you're getting, a lineman's getting in your face.
Exactly.
Hockey is a whole-on brawl. You can't brawl in WNBA, but get in someone's face and show you got your teammates back.
Mm-hmm. There's like no respect with with the teammates or opponents. Like they're not showing. Like the reason this is this narrative is old, but literally the reason why we watch the WNBA is because of Caitlin Clark.
Yeah.
She is I never watched the WNBA last year.
Look at the attendance numbers. That's all you need to look at. When
Oh,
Caitlin Clark's not playing, it's on average what it was last year. An extra 10,000 people in the building when Clark is there. And that doesn't take away from how good Angel Reese is, how good Cameron Brink is, how good Paige Beckers will be when she gets to the WNBA. It doesn't. It's just Caitlin Clark is like LeBron James right now. She's just on a completely level popularity-wise. That doesn't, just because LeBron James is higher doesn't mean guys like Steph Curry and, Paul George and Carmelo Anthony weren't big reasons for the NBA being popular.
Yeah, because Clark she is the star of the league. I mean, yeah, Reese has played well. Brink, from a especially defensive standpoint, has played extremely well. But Caitlin Clark, she is that woman.
Yeah.
So it's like I don't understand. I mean, I really hope she does, get more respect because she's going through a lot, dude. Seriously, she's gonna get hurt if they don't figure things out. And when she gets hurt, my God, sports networks like us are gonna be going berserk because
free content.
Yeah, there you go. But we want to thank you guys, for watching and listening to this far. We appreciate it as always. We talked about hopefully a lot of interesting stuff that you guys love. Like I said, July is going to be big for us. I mean, we're talking training camp reviews, player profiles, obviously a lot of position battles to look at this upcoming season. Preseason in August, that's going to be fun to watch because, like I said, this is me and Brian's first full season covering the Giants, so we're gonna go in depth like crazy. The YouTube channel has been obviously we've been absent for a while, so that has kind of struggled, decreased in terms of its success. But hey, once we get things up and rolling again, expect things to just be on and up. And we could have done without you guys, so we appreciate your support. Thank you so much. And a year ago, when I was sitting here, I was just on my own. I don't think the podcast was even going because I was struggling just with my workload and anything like that. But Brian has made things so much easier, and I can't appreciate you enough, my guy, for being my co-host. So like I always say, I
best job in the world right here.
Yes, sir. We're gonna do something, brother. We gonna keep on grinding. We got something going here on the Third Attempt podcast. So without you guys,
any podcast have a guy dig under their bed for a Sports Illustrated swimsuit edition.
That's why you got to tune in because moments like this, in terms of searching for a magazine at the bottom of a bed, are the reason why the Third Attempt podcast is not your average
6 years
podcast.
old, by the way. 6-year-old magazine.
You might as well get the new one, man. We got to get the updated version.
Maybe for this podcast, I will go out and get the new one. We'll do a review of the Sports Illustrated Swimsuit 2024.
Oh my God. But yeah, we got so much more coming for you guys. So just watch out for us starting in July. We'll be releasing clips from this episode throughout the week and next week as well. You can catch me on the Corner Booth podcast every Mondays and Thursdays. I'm mostly a producer there, so you'll see me pop in here and there and all that stuff. Also catch me and Brian on bellyupsports.com. Both of us are releasing articles legit every single day about the Giants or the NBA or baseball.
Hockey. I got a new series coming out called Remember When. It's gonna be about like famous athletes on teams you don't know them for. like
No
Shaq
way.
on like Shaq on the Celtics. Like we're like, look at that, or Babe Ruth on the Boston Braves. Yeah, Babe Ruth played on the Red Sox, the Yankees, and the Boston Braves for one season. So it's going to take famous athletes. Kurt Warner on the Giants. Famous athletes that you don't really remember on this team and looking at their career. That's going to be every Friday. I think I'm going to drop a new one. The first one's this Friday. It's going to be Willie Mays on the Mets. Willie Mays was a Met
What?
in 1972, 1973. Willie Mays played for the Mets.
What the fuck?
Mm-hmm.
When? I thought he played for the Jessup Giants his whole career. Golly.
1972, 1973. He came back to New York, played for the Mets for 2 seasons.
The more you know. Oh my God.
Mhm.
Was Warner good on the Giants real quick? Was he?
No.
No.
No, he
Okay,
drafted
good.
Eli.
I was gonna say. But yeah. Thank you guys so much. Follow us on at 3rd and 10 Pod, where on social media, whether it's on X/Twitter, and Instagram. And yeah, we'll see you guys in July. More stuff. Season 2 in July. We'll see you guys then. Thank you so much.